The rising sun is a token of a new era in agriculture. If we follow the leadership of our president, we shall be led out of the darkness of selfishness and into the glorious sunlight of brotherhood and cooperation.
The plow is the symbol of labor and tillage of the soil. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much. My duties require me to assist in the directing of our organization. I preside over meetings in the absence of our president, whose place is beneath the rising sun.
Stationed by the ear of corn, I keep an accurate record of all meetings and correspond with other secretaries wherever corn is grown and FFA members meet.
Stationed by the emblem of Washington. I keep a record of receipts and disbursements just as Washington kept his farm accounts, carefully and accurately. I encourage thrift among the members and strive to build up our financial standing through savings and investments. George Washington was better able to serve his country because he was financially independent.
Hello, my name is Samuel Kolstra, and I am the reporter for the Arickaree FFA chapter. I am stationed by the flag. Why by the flag? As the flag covers the United States of America, so I strive to inform the people in order that every man, woman, and child may know that the FFA is a national organization that reaches from the state of Alaska to Puerto Rico and from the state of Maine to Hawaii.
Stationed by the door. Through this door, past many friends of the FFA. It is my duty to see these doors open, and that they are welcome at all times. I care for the meeting room and paraphernalia. I strive to keep the room comfortable and assist the president in maintaining order.
Stationed by the scroll. Tradition and history are a source of pride for our organization. It is my duty to maintain a record of our chapter achievements and promote excellence through highlighting activities, events, and accomplishments so that our chapter membership is motivated by our past successes and looks to future achievements.
Stationed by the emblem of our organization. We as the executive committee strive to provide opportunities that influence every member. We cultivate pride and respect in the FFA and assist the other officers in fulfilling their duties.
Stationed by the emblem of our organization. We as the executive committee strive to provide opportunities that influence every member. We cultivate pride and respect in the FFA and assist the other officers in their duties.
Hold on to me as we go, as we roll down this unfamiliar road. And although this wave is stringing us along, Just know you're not alone, 'cause I'm gonna make this place your home.
I wanted to share my favorite FFA experience. It's probably one of my worst FFA experiences too, just so happens to be. Going into junior year, the summer of junior year, WLC, most people know where this story is going. We were supposed to leave DIA to go to Washington Leadership Conference at 11 in the morning, and we got there around 9 to 10, something like that, gotta get there early, just to see that our flight had been canceled. All of our connections and our flight from DIA to Columbus was canceled. They rerouted us, canceled. They rerouted us again, and canceled, and again. But this time, they actually got us one. In between all of that, we did talk about, just flying somewhere and then taking a rental car from wherever it was all the way to DC, which luckily that didn't completely happen. They gave us a departure from 4. Reminder, we were supposed to leave at 11. Now we're leaving at 4. And this is not just a straight flight. This is a connecting flight. We went from DIA to Atlanta, from Atlanta, which had like an hour-long layover, or 2 hours, to Richmond, Virginia. And that was our last flight. Now, Richmond is not DC, so we did have to take a rental car from Richmond, Virginia to DC. We made it to our hotel. We left at 4 in the afternoon and made it to DC at 4 in the morning the next day. Mind you, we all have to go to bed and wake up the next day, but we don't get our own rooms. We got to go into separate rooms with random strangers from all across the country that we've never met before and just be like, hey, scoot over. None of us did that. I could remember Tyson, Elijah, and I all did the same thing. Found a towel, a blanket, and slept on the floor for 2 hours. And we ran off of 2 hours of sleep to start our trip off. It was terrible and amazing at the same time. Would I do it again? Yes. Would I trade it? Oh, I would not trade that for anything, but that would have to be my favorite experience through FFA. Thanks.
Settle down, it'll all be clear. Don't pay no mind to the demons, they fill you with fear. The trouble, it might drag you down. If you get lost, you can always be found. Just know you're not alone. hope you know I've loved you every mile down this road. Had my share of hits and misses, trying to keep between the ditches. Dear life, I hope you know. Dear life, what's your plan? Is where I'm supposed to be, right where I am.
If I had to choose my favorite memory from FFA, I would easily say that being able to go to National FFA Convention and compete on the national level for field agronomy and also placing fairly well, that would definitely be my best memory and most thing I'm most fond of about FFA was being able to go and compete at the national level.
Is where I'm supposed to be, right where I am. If it is, and I ain't leaving. If it ain't, I'll keep on dreaming. Dear life, what's your plan? Now you're flying by too fast. I'm about to make you last. Begging, won't you please just slow down? You're scaring me to death. I'm trying to catch my breath. Don't wanna let you go. I'm hanging on for dear life. Dear life.
The FFA Creed by E.M. Tiffany. I believe in the future of agriculture, with a faith born not of words but of deeds, achievements won by the present and past generations of agriculturists, in the promise of better days through better ways, even as the better things we now enjoy have come to us from the struggles of former years. I believe that to live and work on a good farm or to be engaged in other agricultural pursuits is pleasant as well as challenging, for I know the joys and discomforts of agricultural life and hold an inborn fondness for those associations which even in hours of discouragement I cannot deny. I believe in leadership from ourselves and respect from others. I believe in my own ability to work efficiently and think clearly, with such knowledge and skill as I can secure, and in the ability of progressive agriculturists to serve our own and the public interest in producing and marketing the product of our toil. I believe in less dependence on begging and more power in bargaining, in a life abundant and enough honest wealth to help make it so for others as well as myself, in less need for charity and more of it when needed, in being happy myself and playing square with those whose happiness depends upon me. I believe that American agriculture can and will hold true to the best traditions of our national life, and that I can exert an influence in my home and community which will stand solid for my part in that inspiring task. Thank you.
How's it going, Arickaree FFA? I hope that you've all been staying safe and healthy, and that you haven't run out of toilet paper just yet. On behalf of the Colorado FFA Association and the rest of the state officer team, I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for all of your hard work and dedication this year. As you gather together, remember that you have a lot to be proud of. I know that Kat and I really enjoyed our visit to your chapter and seeing your passion and your purpose that you put into action every single day. I know that these have been trying times for all of us, and there have been many experiences that have been lost. And sometimes it's really easy to focus on those experiences that we might have missed out on. Whether it was senior prom, that track season where we thought we could go to state, or maybe a CDE that you were really excited in competing in this year. But I want to remind you that in life, we have to keep looking forward, ahead to the next accomplishment and the next achievement that we will reach. That is what it means to be relentless. To those of you who are seniors, congratulations. We wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors. To those of you who are just getting into the FFA for the first time, welcome. We hope you enjoy your time in the blue and gold. Thank you all so much for your hard work and dedication. And don't forget the people who have made this possible for you. Your community members, your school board, your families, and of course, your fantastic ag teacher, Miss Ray.
Dear life, how's it look? When you read the next few pages of my book, am I with the ones I love down here up above? Dear life, how's it look? Now you're flying back too fast.
Lloyd Rudnick, and I don't know, FFA is really fun. You get to do a whole lot of things that are paid for, from doing fundraising and stuff, that a lot of it I probably wouldn't have done, but getting to go like state convention or do CDEs and go to state in those, you have a blast doing stuff. I'd have to say, one of my favorite memories would have been placing gold in state in ag mechanics last year, and I don't know if I would have done as good this year, but I guess we won't find out. So just, I guess, some advice for the younger classmen: just have fun, but not too much. Try not to make Miss Ray mad. It doesn't happen often, but it does happen, and it's not something that you want to do. Just make sure that you have fun when you're doing stuff. Stay out of trouble. Doing the activities and stuff that we have in FFA, it's all pretty fun. So hopefully you guys have a good rest of the years on however long you're in FFA for.
My favorite memory from FFA and ag class is one year we were doing food production and we were making salsa. And Elijah Myers was out cutting jalapenos for the salsa, and I'm in the office, and all I can hear is, "Elijah, no!" And then all of a sudden, Elijah is like screaming because he had put his hand in his eyes after just touching the jalapenos, and he was running all over the classroom because his eyes were hurting so bad. And it got to the point where we were like holding him on the floor and trying to put eye drops into his eye to help him.
Don't you forget your faith in God above. Don't you forget your mom and daddy's love. When you fear, when you fail, when you feel you're gonna fall, follow your heart and always believe in the underdog. Don't buy a thing unless you can pay in cash. Go ahead and throw those credit cards in the trash. Love is a virtue, honesty is the key. Say your prayers, brush your teeth. Don't you watch too much TV. If you're down and the count one strike away, choke up and crowd the plate and put the ball in play. Keep your nose down when you win, and keep your head up when you lose, and you're gonna lose. And don't you forget your faith in God above. Don't you forget your mom and daddy's love. When you fear, when you fail, when you feel you're gonna fall, follow your heart and always believe in the underdog. And there will come a day when I will fly away
about the FFA club. We're just going out for trips, going out places, and making memories on the bus, being with friends, and getting to be with Miss Ray because she's really cool. Younger kids, I hope you're the best. Just have some fun, make smart decisions, and don't make Miss Ray mad.
Keep your nose down when you win, and keep your head up when you lose, and you're gonna lose. And don't you forget your faith in God above. Don't you forget your mom and daddy's love. When you fear, when you fail, when you feel you're gonna fall, follow your heart and always believe in the underdog. And there will come a day when I will fly away, so make me smile.
I am Hillary Servant, and my advice for the younger group would be mentally prepare yourself for anything and everything, and just enjoy the time you have, and don't take it for granted.
While we're apart, you gotta sing from your soul and play with all of your heart. There's a good chance your heart will break in two. Trust that God has someone special planned for you. Did you know I was down on love and luck when he sent your mom to me? And someday you'll have babies of your own, so cherish every moment. You're gonna blink and they'll be grown. The greatest honor that I've ever had is having you call me your dad. Boys, don't forget your faith in God above. Don't you forget your mom and daddy's love. When you fear, when you fail, when you feel you're gonna fall, follow your heart and always believe in the underdog. When you fear, when you fail, when you feel you're...
Members and guests, it is a pleasure to speak to you once more as the Arickaree FFA Chapter President. Though state CDEs, Chapter Banquet, and State Convention have been moved to a virtual setting, FFA continues to have an impact on its members and the people surrounding it. As I prepare for the next step in my journey, I would like to take a look back and give thanks to an organization that has truly been a blessing to me. To the Arickaree FFA Chapter, thank you for giving me a home away from home. You have given me lasting knowledge, a more profound passion for agriculture, and a love for traveling and networking. You have taken me across the state of Colorado competing in career and leadership development events. In fact, FFA has taken 3 of my classmates and I all the way to Indianapolis, Indiana, to compete in the 2019 National FFA Convention, where we competed in the agronomy CDE. This event took place last October, but it already feels years behind us. The time, the studying, and the teamwork that went into preparing for this event was immense. This was, and still is, my favorite memory as a member of the Arickaree FFA chapter, and I wish I could go back and experience it all over again. To the members of the Arickaree FFA chapter, understand that your time in high school and this chapter is always ticking. Much of your time spent in FFA will be done so in the classroom. Firstly, you will learn about 3 circles of agricultural education and why they are essential. Those 3 circles being classroom/laboratory, FFA, and SAE. Over time, you will begin to understand why these 3 circles are critical to the success of FFA members and ag students alike. I ask the members of the Arickaree FFA chapter to work as hard as you can in all 3 aspects of agricultural education. Take it from me, and the class of 2020. There is no time like the present, and we are guaranteed nothing else in life. Make the most of what life throws at you, and take advantage of the opportunities and experiences that the Arickaree FFA chapter provides. To my advisor, Miss Beth Ray, thank you for always believing in me and your students. Coming into this year, I was not very confident in my abilities, given that I had never held a large leadership role in this chapter. But by the end of summer, that all had changed. During the middle of July, the Arickaree FFA chapter hosts county fair work nights to make sure that our crops, grains, and FFA board are all in order for the Washington County Fair. During one of these work nights, Miss Ray asked if I'd be willing to help her weigh pigs. I agreed, and the very next day I was off. Once the work was done and a handful of piglets were weighed, both Miss Ray and I went inside to cool down and grab a drink. Inside, Miss Ray and I discussed county fair, FFA work nights, POA meeting, and just about every other event that would be going on in the next month. This connection that I had with my advisor, with the chapter events, and with the planning that went into the chapter events gave me great confidence in my abilities going into the next school year. This experience and the conversation that I had with Miss Ray had a snowball effect and became bigger and bigger as the year went on. So much so that when it came time to applying for a state FFA office, I was 100% certain that I wanted to be a state FFA officer. I look forward to taking on the challenge of interviewing for a position on the state FFA officer team and hope that my next year will be spent serving the Colorado State FFA Association. As my time as president comes to a close, I would like to leave a message to the incoming 2020-2021 Arickaree FFA officer team. As the leaders of this chapter, all meetings, dinners, competitions, and activities lie on your shoulders. Your duties may be specific to just one office, but your role throughout this next year will involve so much more than those few details, especially for our newly elected chapter president. You are to be an example to the rest of your fellow members and officers. You will be judged by your fellow students and faculty. Make sure that what you say matches what you do. Lastly, keep the chapter close to your heart, but keep agriculture closer. Arickaree FFA, it has been a privilege to serve as a 2019-2020 Arickaree FFA chapter president, and I wish you the best of luck in the future. Thank you.
Everything is better with some cows around. Living in town sometimes brings me down. Let me bestow this western blessing and share what I have found. May you always have cows around. What else you gonna spend that extra money on? What else is gonna get you up hours before dawn? What else is gonna keep you toiling on and on and on? May you always have cows around. Come on, you know that you got too much time on your hands. Not merely enough complication in your plans. You need to invite all of the frustration that you can. May you always have cows around. Everything is better with some cows around. Living in town sometimes brings me down. Let me bestow this western blessing and leave you saddle bound. May you always have cows around. What else could make the bishop swear like a sailor might? What else can cause such tension between a man and his wife? What else could ever bring all these enhancements to your life? May you always have cows around.
What else is gonna get out when you don't close the gate? What else will make you prematurely show your age? What else will take a run at you in a fit of bovine rage?